Alright, Bleak Riders, welcome back to another, scratch my nose, to another Bleak Ride. Got the Dyna out. We got a 60-degree day right now in Iowa. It's a heat wave. I ain't gonna sleep on it. Let's go for a ride. Well, I didn't film takeoff, and now I'm filming being stuck in traffic. I see some adjustments I gotta make to this bike. First thing, this shifter, it's got to go. It's obnoxious. Well, it needs raised up one for sure. One little notch, so I can get my fat foot under it. And it'll take a little bit of getting used to. This bike's set up a little differently than a couple of my other bikes. But look at that turn radius. Oh, so nice. Dyna is like the sport cruiser, the twin cam sporty. And we're stopping. In town riding, what do you expect? Gonna go ride around the park with my buddy who just bought his first cruiser-esque bike. He bought a Bonneville, the T120 Black, so a 1200cc, more tracker-inspired bike. And it's just too nice. I mean, I do worry about like salt on the road still, but at the same time, on the same hand, sometimes you gotta ride. We've been locked in here in Iowa for feel like a mini moon, and take a 60-degree day, there ain't no way I'm missing it. Might go back to just a round. Never really had any problem getting positive shifter peg and interaction. This MX setup might look pretty, but functionally it's kind of obnoxious. Oh, look at that! The Dyna suspension is great compared to what I come from. It's great. Got our turn signal going. People behind us see us. And I got to make them remember bikes are on the road. Oh yeah, beautiful Waterworks Park. Looks like I'm not the only one with this idea. Getting waves from the cyclists even. That's what's up. Me and my buddy switched bikes. Now I'm on a Bonneville, a T120, smooth. Tell you what, these things are nimble, and the handlebars seem like they'd be in a very beach cruiser-esque condition, but they're not. They're very just adding to the nimbleness of the bike. Oh, that big seat is plush. Yeah. Oh yeah, I see why he likes it. That's why all the Bonnie people love their Bonnies. This is a good feeling bike. It feels comfortable. It feels, there we go. Like, like it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. Not near the herky jerky that I get on like my decel on the Dyna. Very smooth. Everything about this, very smooth. And that seat, again, the seat allows you to really lean into your pivot in a way that feels unrestricted, you know, very unrestricted. I didn't wring this bike out, just put it through a few paces. I rolled on the throttle, worked the gearbox a bit. I leaned it through some easy curves in a park setting. Enough to know this thing's fun. The torque comes on smooth, makes you feel confident. The shifts feel deliberate and satisfying. The whole bike carries itself with a calm kind of authority. As an entry into this style of modern classic, this Triumph Bonneville Black delivers real character with a fit and finish that feels properly sorted.
Recording.
The Bonneville T120. Very interesting. Surprising? Very interesting. Of course, I'd miss filming one-handing through a corner like a boss. Woo! Yeah. Yeah, pretty surprised by the Bonneville. I see why a whole bunch of people like them. That's a fun bike. It flatters you. And they did a lot of little things really, really well. From the gearbox right down to the seat. Even the seat feels premium. It feels like a very expensive bike, and while still being lightweight and fun. You know, usually you start stacking on premium parts, you start adding weight too. Unless we're talking carbon fiber, which we're not. Then again, you know, you gotta wonder if your old buddy Bleak isn't biased, because I regularly make the statement, never met a bike I didn't like. Only a couple of bikes I regret selling. Des Moines at dusk, different kind of speed. Really quite beautiful. This lady to my right, actually quite an old friend. Hold up, baby. Gonna slip past the sculpture park, where shapes and shadows stretching long across the grass makes the city soften at this hour. Buildings glow instead of glare. A lot of this is what I'd call Old Town Des Moines, part of Old Downtown. Off in the distance, see the one grand building, but these buildings, they just seem so small in comparison, so authentic at the same time. Spent a lot of years traveling these streets. I know them like the back of my hand. Oh, there's a cold breeze. I love living in the city. I haven't been paying attention to how we're filming. Alright, well, we had a little change of venue. Going to Kung Fu to have a taco. Give me another and a taco. Woo. I really like the old school tacos that they have at Kung Fu Tap and Taco. You don't like tacos.
Battery level is low.
Alright, battery level is low, so I guess when we get to Kung Fu, that's all I got for you. This has been Bleak Rides, saying, hey, like this content. If you haven't already, consider subscribing. Ding that bell if you want to stay up to date on all things Bleak Rides. And if you can, just ride.